Hey everyone, my name is Noah Meehan of the Arc Truth, and today, on October 23rd, 2020, as I'm making this video, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts of the final presidential debate. So, here's a little bit of recap. The first presidential debate, which was back in September 29th, that it was regulated by Chris Wallace, and in all honesty, it was a mess. It was 100% a mess. There was no moderation whatsoever, and everyone just was. They went all over. I still 100% believe that Donald Trump won. I know that there have been comments saying that I'm ridiculous for having that opinion, but I still stick to that. Nonetheless, there I was kind of hoping for a new change in the second presidential debate, but we all know that the second presidential debate never happened due to President Donald Trump having COVID, differences between the two campaigns over the situation, and of course the changes in the rules, such as the muting of the mics. And don't worry, I will be getting into that. But the final presidential debate, I say, was definitely Trump's crowning achievement. I say that 100%, without a doubt, Donald Trump won this debate. He systematically destroyed Joe Biden. And in fact, I'm not the only one who actually holds this opinion. Now, I know that people would say, like on CNN, would say that Joe Biden supposedly won, or in one article from CNBC, that from a GOP official, ironically, that Donald Trump may have won this debate, but he didn't win the war. Again, a lot of people have said in a poll, think differently. That think the same way. According to a WGN Snap poll, and I will be linking it down in the description below, 74% said Trump won the debate. 74%. That is beyond an absolute majority. This clearly shows that Trump has a major advantage. And to be in honesty, I say that there is a lot to be going on with why people said Trump won. A lot of this was due to the fact of Joe Biden's performance, which is where I bring in the whole Mike situation, because in the final debate, this has been pretty much criticized over by the Trump campaign, by a lot of people, me included, over just trying to mute the moderator muting the candidates to have their uninterrupted time to make their points before leading to debate. I was honestly worried that it would actually be an attack on Donald Trump, and it would actually promote some censorship. And there were a few times that there was the mic cut, but I would say that most of the time, and just in my personal opinion, that it was actually appropriate. Because Donald Trump definitely did rebel a little bit too much. But at the same time, considering this, it actually allowed Joe Biden to screw up a lot of times. One of the major gifts that he made, and he made a whole lot of them, was saying that Abe Lincoln here is a racist. He was referring to Donald Trump. And he was also referring to one of Donald Trump's statements, which is basically what Donald Trump said was, not since potentially Abe Lincoln, I have done more for the black community. He never said anything about being anything like Abraham Lincoln, and yet Joe Biden, within the next 30 seconds after hearing that, makes a gift that Abe Lincoln here is a racist. You're on, which is kind of funny. By that gif, Joe Biden has elevated Donald Trump to the status of Abe Lincoln. I honestly don't think that. I think that Donald Trump is a great president, but not in the same way as like Abraham Lincoln. It's just two completely different presidents. And at the same time, he labeled Abraham Lincoln as a racist. Not a good political move. There are other situations as well that he screwed up on. Plus, plus to add a little bit more with the whole gist, he looked sleepy. And I'm not the only one who saw this. Last night, I was watching the entire debate on my phone from the Nerdrotic live stream, who basically talks about a lot of pop culture stuff, but he has been talking about politics recently. So he had a live stream on there. And he did mention, doesn't it look like Joe Biden is sleeping? Honestly, yeah, 100%. He was like, yeah, he didn't look like he was in the mood to actually debate. Plus, let's get into the other stuff that he screwed up on with his statements. He has made many crazy statements, flip-flopped on the issue of oil with fracking and stuff, saying, I will not ban fracking, I will not ban oil, and then he says that he will, blah 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 blah. But in this debate stage, he actually said, I am hoping to make a transfer from oil to renewable energy. Congratulations, Joe Biden. You just lost Pennsylvania, Texas, Oklahoma, and many other states that have an oil industry, a fracking industry. You lost them by that statement. In fact, it was so bad that the NBC moderator, Kristen Welker, actually said on air, and I actually heard this, why did you phrase it that way? I thought that was hysterical. It cracked me up because even she knew that was a big mistake. Again, he just lost an important battleground state, potentially, Pennsylvania, and they have a major fracking industry there, along with other states. So yeah, I don't think that Joe Biden is going to recover from that. Another thing, the continued lockdowns. This is something that's been plaguing him for a while now, because I think it was about two months ago that he actually said in an interview that if the scientists say that I should start a nationwide lockdown, I shall. And basically, he just pretty much reiterated the point, especially with the national mandate of mask. It's not looking. It just doesn't look good for him, especially since already a lot of the United States is just done with these lockdowns. They just want to get back to their lives. They want to rebuild their livelihoods as much as possible. And with them having another lockdown for potentially 3 months, it's just gonna get them over the point. It's just gonna be a pain in the ass for them, which is an understatement. They're already reeling over the fact that they're locked out. That the lockdowns have been causing small businesses to basically die off. And with him basically say that he still wants the lockdowns, even going so far as the phrase, I don't want lockdowns, I want to lock down the virus. That's not going to help, going to give you a boost from small businesses. What else? And I actually wrote down a few notes here. Oh yeah, VP record. Because Joe Biden has been he's been attacked a lot on his record. 47 years of being in politics. Now, keep that number in mind, just in your head, because I actually looked at a YouTube comment during debates. America, from 1776 to the present, is 244 years old. Joe Biden served in 47 of those years. That means he's been in politics for a fifth of America's lifespan. Do you guys not find that very alarming? I do, but I'm getting ahead of myself. With the VP record, this is something that Donald Trump actually attacked him on, because Joe Biden has constantly said in the case of race, trying to deal stuff with criminal reform. Why didn't you do that as VP? Why didn't you do all of this that you said as VP? Why are you decided to start it now? Which is a pretty good question. After all, from 2008 to 2010, from the 2008 presidential election to the midterms, the Democrats were in control. They had control of the presidency, they had control of the Senate, they had control of the House, and they could have passed a lot of these reforms, these bills. But they did nothing. The biggest one that they managed to achieve, Obamacare, and honestly, that was definitely one of the reasons why there was a major red wave coming 2010, which led to the House of Representatives turning Republican, or was it? I'm pretty sure it was the House of Representatives. And yeah, there's so much wrong with this guy's record. Finally, the Hunter emails. He basically did a Bill Clinton. Now, if you remember from the 1990s, that Bill Clinton said in an interview, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman," and then it turned out that he did. He basically did the same thing, that I did not take any money from anyone, from Burisma, from that Moscow mayor, anyone, or even the Chinese, despite the fact that there's been growing evidence so far with the release of emails. Hell, even when one of Hunter Biden's ex-business partners has actually come forward and said that these are actually true. Now, of course, Donald Trump, I need to mention that he does also have a little bit of skeletons in his closet in terms of with his Chinese bank account. But from what I understand, I don't think that's causing him too much harm, especially since the whole Joe Biden scandal is basically overshadowing on that. It can simply be determined, or well, through the thought process of many voters, that this is just a Democratic, trying to be a major distraction from this major scandal from Joe Biden. So yeah, I don't believe that that's going to hurt Donald Trump in the slightest over his bank account from 2013 to 2015. Plus, let's not forget the fact that he's been very vocal and explicit on combating China, especially with establishing a trade war. So his actions that speak louder than the words, and I don't know what else more to say to that. But the Hunter Biden emails are just continuing to be a major pain for the Biden campaign. I honestly don't see, and this shows within this debate, I don't see them coming out forward on this. Like I said before in the very early beginning of this video, in the WGN Snap poll, 74% say Trump won the debate. But I want to tell you something else about another poll. 46% of black approval. Well, black approval for President Donald Trump has risen to 46% according to Rasmussen. That is a major thing. And this was after the debate. I think a part of it was definitely over the whole criminal reforms, as well as former VP Joe Biden's record and stuff. But I think another, from my opinion, the reason why there is this major soaring approval after the debates for President Donald Trump is a little bit of what Joe Biden said, how there's systematic racism, how every black person is dealing with this, is already a victim, whether you are poor, whether you are making $300,000, you are a victim. And I don't think that's no longer resonating with a lot of people. By the way, I have noticed throughout the entire debate that, and this is a separate account, Joe Biden continually said, "Come on." Honestly, he kind of reminds me of one of those stupid hipsters that honestly already makes themselves more outdated, or a little bit like one of those parents that try to look like they're cool with their kids, but instead are just making themselves way more outdated and cringeworthy. You guys, I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about with that. Yeah, I do not believe whatsoever that Trump. I mean, Biden is gonna win this. Already, we're seeing that Trump has won the debate and it's gaining major approval, especially amongst the black community, according to Rasmussen. Now, of course, I know that a lot of people would say, "Don't believe everything in the polls," and yes, that's true. I'm taking these polls with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, if they are true, and potentially it's looking like that, Donald Trump is looking to win big in a major landslide. Joe Biden, on the other hand, he's going to be crushed. I know it said in a CNBC article that one GOP official claimed that Trump won the debate, but he lost the war. But in all honesty, I truly think he won both. And it's just going to show upcoming in election day within the next week and a half. My name is Noah Meehan, the Audio Cart Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with friends. Also, if you have any issues regarding my videos, such as how I frame stuff, how I speak, or any improv, or anything you suggest of what I should change, please post it down in the comment section down below or directly message me. And finally, make sure to vote. I have. See you guys later.
Almost hit.